Hello, my name is Diana Romero. I'm going to be doing a book club video review today for my Ethnics class, Ethnics 101 with Mrs.Alviso. So this was supposed to be a group effort, but I was never able to be added into the group from the beginning for the book club. So I'm going to be doing this alone. So the book is called The Outside Circle, a graphic novel by Patti Boucane-Benson. So for the book, this is a story of two Aboriginal brothers and their mother, who are surrounded by just so many bad things. The two Aboriginal brothers, Pete being the older one and Joey being the younger brother, seem to have little to no identity due to centuries of generational trauma, because they're Aboriginal. There's also drug abuse, gang violence, and poverty. In the book, we get to meet Pete, the older brother, and Pete is trying to be the best older brother that he could be to his little brother Joey, but he's also in a gang and surrounded by violence. In the storyline, we get to find out that Pete ends up killing his stepdad, Dennis. Dennis dies, and shortly after Pete goes to prison, his mother dies too of a drug overdose. So Pete's little brother, Joey, is left alone when Pete is in prison. So Pete again is found with some more violence in prison, and he has to make a decision while in prison if he wants to change or continue on the same path. Pete is offered rehabilitation, and he ends up taking advantage of it. I don't want to keep talking anymore about the book, but it's a really good book for those of you who want to read more about this book. Some of the strong points for me were, I would probably say the pictures. The pictures were really strong points. It really helps the reader, especially with some of the traumas that the brothers go through. It helps the reader kind of connect, because you're having to see all of these terrible things that they're going through, as well as some of the good things like the ceremonies and the prayer circles that Pete was involved in that helped him make that change. Some of the weaknesses I would probably say are in the writing. The actual book itself, it's a little bit confusing for the reader to kind of figure out where it is that you go next for your reading. So that part was a little bit confusing. So those were the strong points and the weak points for me in the book. This book has an award. It's got the Burt Award for First Nations, Inuit, and Métis literature. I would say I've never had to do or write about scholarly value in a book, but for me, I would probably say that the scholarly value in the book was really high. I say this because of the Aboriginal information that was put in the book. It was a lot of information that I didn't know about, but obviously we still hear about these traumas, whether that be reservations, and in this case, families from Canada who are Aboriginal families. So these traumas are still happening today. I didn't know what else to research as far as like scholarly value, so I did research the writer, and I got to learn a little bit more about Patti, the writer herself. It seems like she's got over 20 years of experience in working with Aboriginal families in Alberta, Canada, and she also has a PhD in ecology, human ecology, among other accolades. So for me, the book overall was a really great experience. It was a little bit disheartening that I didn't get to participate in a group setting, not only because of COVID, but also virtually because I just wasn't able to be added into the group. But overall, I was happy to be part of the book club. I did have some communications with the other students. So I think that's pretty much all I got as far as the book. Again, the book is called The Outside Circle, a graphic novel by Patti Boucane-Benson. Sorry if I'm not saying that right.